What's up, guys? I'm Shanelle, and welcome to my couch. So let's get into this episode of Braxton Family Values. So it starts back off where Tracy tripped. She says that she tripped over her pant leg and she was not drunk, and she wishes that she was drunk. It would have made her feel better because she was hella embarrassed. Trina gets walked down the aisle by her dad. She says it's a dream come true for her, and I'm very happy that she finally got that to happen for her. And we see Judge Maybelline, who is officiating the ceremony, which is cool. So they're going through to have the hold and all that. I forget what you call it. And it seemed like Vaughn was struggling with some things. He was not feeling the whole idea of expressing his feelings and not going to bed angry. And maybe that's why his previous marriages haven't worked. So hopefully he'll take heed to these requests. And what was the thing about families? And they asked for him to be mindful of the family. He was not feeling that at all. Vaughn is like a man's man. But that doesn't mean that you can't be mindful of your wife's family. But you can tell he's hard-headed. So that would be real interesting. And then Judge Maybelline says, you've both been down this road before. Let this be the last time. I was like, how you going to shade these people at their wedding? God damn. And Trina said something about it was his 5th time and it was her 4th. I mean, I know she married... my guy twice, but I feel like it's only been 3. I don't know. This seems like a lot. So I'm just hoping that this really is the last time, because they seem like a great couple, and I would hate for it to not work out. But that's a lot of marriages, child. They jumped the broom. It's cute. But Tracy's over there mad. She's already accusing the sisters of saying that she's drunk, and the dad's like... What are you even talking about? What's the deal? Like, why are you so stressed about what other people think? But it was just like she made it up in her own head because didn't nobody say anything. Child. So Sean comes over and tries to ask Braxton to come take pictures. And Tracy tells him to get the fuck out of here. And then calls him a bitch. Like... She doesn't like Sean, but she was hella disrespectful. That man has done nothing to her to deserve that level of disrespect, and she needs to get her shit together. Like, Tracy... Okay, so Braxton then sits Trina down. He starts singing Unforgettable. He's struggling with the words and shit, so everybody's laughing. Like, but it was cute. It was a really cute scenario, but, you know, he didn't even practice the damn words. So Tracy steps in to try and help, but everyone's laughing and enjoying it. It's really cute. Tony's in the back trying to get him to hit a note. She should have got up and helped her daddy. But yeah, Tracy tried, but you know, she ain't Tony. She ain't Tony. I ain't even gonna try and sugarcoat it. So apparently somebody named Olivia tells Tracy that they were laughing at her. And she had heard the laughing, and Tracy, whatever they do, they're wrong. And she thinks it's an attack on her, like they're the mean girls or something. And that was completely not true. And whoever this bitch Olivia is, she messy as fuck. Okay, she had no business adding that shit in there, which was not true. And apparently, Miss Wanda even tried to step in, but Tracy wants to hold on to that. So that sets her over the edge. They don't understand why she's upset, why she's not talking to them. So Tony's asking her husband, and he's like, yo, don't worry about that. Let's just focus on Trina's wedding. So Tracy decides to take herself to Trina's little private area to change, to try and calm down. And Tamara goes by there. She don't know what's going on. She's trying to change her shoes. And she's asking her, like, what's going on? What's wrong? Like, and Tracy gets physical with her. I guess that's when she bent her hand back. That's what David was talking about in Tamar Get Your Life. And And all you can hear is her saying, but I love you. And she's like, you don't love me. You hear this like little back and forth, which was, it was unfortunate. It was like, Tamar is her biggest problem. Like, she has issues with all of them, but Tamar is the symbol of her problems with her sisters. Also, no, it's because their birthdays are so close. I feel like she just feels like they favor Tamar over her or something. They both have the same issue with their sisters, which is very weird, but they take it out on each other. Or mostly Tracy takes it out on Tamar. But yeah, I feel like Tracy makes herself alone. She makes herself the victim. And she makes herself a problem. So everyone's looking like, what the hell is going on? Not that they they haven't added to it in the pot in the past, but yeah, she takes it to a whole other level. So they get Kevin. Kevin gets her out of there finally, and you know, they continue on with the celebration. They try to keep Trina away from it so she doesn't, you know, get sidetracked, but she hears the kerfuffle. You know, Trina sees the cake and says that, you know, they did okay. It wasn't spectacular. This bitch has the audacity to say it's not spectacular when she had that dumbass duck cake. Okay. But anyway, they danced the night away for the whatever remainder of the 2 hours that they had for the wedding venue. So they had a great time. So they're back in Atlanta. Trina goes to Tawanda's house for cocktails before our honeymoon. And, you know, she's glad the wedding's over. You know, that whole thing can be so stressful. And, you know, that Tawanda asked her if she got her money back for the cake. But apparently she called and the phone was disconnected. So they got played. The number, yeah, the number was out. I said that. So Tawanda explains to Trina what happened with Tracy. And she's like, you know, it's not even the things that Tracy says, it's just how she says it and goes about it. That's the issue. But, you know, they're used to this from her from now, and they're looking forward to Tawanda being next for her wedding. They didn't discuss the way, I wonder if Tawanda's guy heard what Tracy was saying, and if he told Tawanda what had happened. Plus, now seeing it, I know she tight, because that was so disrespectful. So up in the DMV, Mike and Braxton are talking about Tracy and how she seems to be a little out of control. They're like, they never said that. It's just me saying that. And they're worried about her. It's nice to see Michael a little bit more on the show. Like, I wish we would see more of him. We need his masculine energy with his sisters and stuff, because he's like, he separates himself. So yeah, so Braxton was saying that when he left his wife and went to Miss Wanda, Tracy was the only one who really stayed in contact with him, and they have a really close relationship. Tracy shows up, and Mike wants to know why he's not hearing from her. They used to speaking every at least twice a week, but you know, she says time is really hard for her because of the loss of Lauren, and I think it's just difficult for her. It seems to me like she understands that that's his child, but she felt like her child, and so she struggles with her pain and not being able to be there for her brother enough, but dealing with the fact that, you know, it should be harder for him than it is for her. It's a weird place to be. So, you know, they talk about how everyone deals with loss differently, and she tears up, but they want her to go and seek therapy. But, you know, then Daddy says that, you know, don't tell your other sisters, but, you know, I love you better than the rest of them. And, you know, that's going to trigger a couple feelings, like, for some of them girls. But, you know, it's nice that she can feel special with her dad, because it's clear that she doesn't feel special with her mom or her sisters or anybody else. So at least she has somebody who makes her feel great. So back to LA, Tony has to do pickup shots for her music video. And COVID has started, so she has to be very careful because of her lupus. And so this girl doing her dance routine and holding her breath. Tony crazy. And Tamar's there, you know, spraying up the whole, you know, being extra as hell, spraying up everybody. But she brings some comic relief or what have you. So that was cute. Tracy goes to her therapy session. And she's like talking about how hard the loss of Lauren was for her. And then they go into the wedding, and that's why she came to therapy. And she said it was like a pimple popped. And she felt like she was being antagonized. And she talks about how Tamar came to the back, and she didn't like how Tamar was in her face. She felt like she was being fake. Like, what's wrong with you? She was moving her hair or whatever. I don't know if that's what Tamar does. Moves the wig up. What's going on? I just want to help. And something about that sent her even further over the edge. And she said that she grabbed her hand in a way to say, don't touch me, and blacked out. So she don't remember anything she said after that, whatever she did. And they didn't film the situation. She's like, what was y'all doing? Like, what? We TV, what was y'all doing? You didn't film that? Okay. So, you know, she says that she feels like everything is her fault, and they treat her like she's an afterthought, and she feels like she expresses herself every year and it goes nowhere, and that Lauren was like the closest female to her, and she's lost her, and how painful that was, and you know, how much she struggles to talk to Mikey about it, and that she feels alone, and that she is afraid of the reality that she'll never see Lauren again. And this like made me tear up, because it's like, it's horrible to lose a family member. It's one of the most traumatic things that's ever happened in my life. But I don't understand what it's like to lose someone that's like a daughter to you. And you could just see the pain well up in her, and she just crumbles. You just see her release all of this pain that she had held up inside of her, which was good. Like, you know, she said the lady was like Oprah. So this is great. Hopefully she's continued those sessions. Now we in quarantine, y'all. Tony went Tony crazy. So Tony's in her house for quarantine. This girl won't even open her balcony door. Like, okay, like that's just taking it to, bitch, open a window, okay? So anyway, Tony says she's teaching her boys to cook, which is nice. Where y'all want me to do that? And Tamar is frustrated with having to deal with all the stuff with Logan, all the school stuff, and then you know, Logan is a trip as a child, so I could only imagine how stressful that was for her. And that she says she's taking an online class for Harvard to get her little certificate. I always feel like those things are a waste of time. Like, I don't care if it says Harvard. It's not like you went through a whole semester or the semesters for getting your degree or whatever. So Tony says she has to switch her single because ain't nobody out dancing, which makes sense. But I also noticed in this scene that Tamar's makeup was real. Yeah, I don't like it. She needed a little help with that. We all could learn a little something, you know, but yeah, the makeup was real cheek heavy with the contour. It was a lot, too much. So anyway, Miss Av is staying at Trina's house, cooking up all this food for her man. She's gonna stress her out when she leaves because, you know, it's gonna disrupt how he likes. It's gonna disrupt how Trina feels about her food. You know, you can't eat. No woman can compare with her mama about her cooking. Like, it's just the way it is. And Von's taking every opportunity to shade Trina for that, which is cute, but he better be careful because he ain't gonna get no coochie. And yeah, so Trina was frustrated because her mom's in the house. They're not comfortable with having sex, and they're just married. So that had to be really awkward. And, you know, Tony says that she needs a pause from Tracy. There's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. It just seemed like a lot of rumbling. At the end of the episode, it got really boring and stuff. And they start talking about how Vince called Tony when Tamar tried to commit suicide and stuff. And they talk about how they felt about the situation and the things that happened at the time. And I think that's like Tamar's exit from the show. So we won't be seeing her again after this. But it was really long and drawn out. And there ain't really much to go into. But, you know, if you are struggling with suicide, make sure you call the helpline. Sorry, I don't know the number, but Google works. And please, you guys, just take care of yourself. I know it's a hard time out here, but, you know, we got to make sure that we find happiness within ourselves first and take it day by day. So I'm sending you guys love. Thank you for tuning in with me. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Put a Ring on It. And, wow, I always forget the name of the show. Ready to Love. Thanks, you guys. Bye.